yeah, overall, really enjoyable. Well done, guys.
Thanks, Gaz. Rich.
First of all, when you see Belker, you have to tell him that he did a phenomenal job. That's got to be in the top 5 missions I've ever played in ArmA. It was riveting from beginning to end. You guys have already said it. Pacing, everything. The ending was just fantastic. That's what Lyndon said. It was great. So hats off to Belker. Hats off to Alan. Alan, you were all over it, man. You handled that. You know what? You should be in the military.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You
might think about that as a career. No, you were good. You nailed it. You were good. I was listening. This was actually the first week I listened to the air comms, as well as, and it was primarily just to get an idea of how the support specialists work. So I got to hear all the interaction, and I think Alan just did a phenomenal job. So well done to him. Yankee, I was just so proud to be part of Yankee today. Yankee was phenomenal. We weren't perfect. I hate to tell everybody. But like Keen said, Cats, you still here? Yeah. Awesome work on the mortar. Phenomenal work on the mortar. I mean, he basically had to deal with a bunch of people going, just put it over there. And he worked it out. And honestly, if Katz had not put that mortar, and I don't want to be melodramatic, but if he had not put that mortar down when he did, we probably would have been overrun, because they were just swarming out of that woods. Would you not agree, Keen?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. It was great timing and great precision with the mortars, really. It was awesome.
Yeah, so everyone did well in that that could have become the House of Death. It really could have, but it didn't when we were doing that support role area.
Oh, God, yeah. We were surrounded, man.
Yeah, it could have easily. As a matter of fact, we had less coverage there than we did in the House of Death, and we pushed through it, so that was good. When we moved with speed. A couple of times we didn't want to move as quickly as we wanted to, but we realized it was a long ingress, and we realized that, so we worked with it. Now here's the downside, honestly, and this goes for Yankee and it goes for Whiskey. If you don't mind me, Gary, giving my 2 cents on adding your group to my group.
No, go ahead.
When we tell you to get on the chopper, get on the freaking chopper. Don't make me chase around the thing telling you to get on the chopper. It's amateur hour. Honest, at the end of the day, guys, when we tell you to get on the chopper, you get on the chopper. And it's not just today. Whenever we have this situation, all the veterans, Marshall, King, who else would be here from the old days? That's pretty much it. Kevin. Gary, right? You guys know, when we get in this situation, it's always the same story. We have to run around chasing people, and we shouldn't have to do that. Anyone disagree with that?
No, man.
No.
And honestly, guys, and I had at least 2 people who I won't highlight, but 2 people I had to tell you guys not to shoot Whiskey. It actually sounds like a joke. I had to tell you not to shoot Whiskey. That's not cool. We have got the PID. We cannot be shooting our own guys, and it's twice it nearly happened. Admittedly, Whiskey was shooting us at us first the first time. When we had that unfortunate situation of crossfire on the road. But, we can't be shooting blue on blue. It's not acceptable. So, that was it.
Yeah, and I just back Rich up there. If you can't PID a target, guys, don't open fire. Alright? If you can't positively identify that as an enemy target, you do not open fire. You ask for, I don't know, whether it be a DM who's got better scopes to get confirmation before you open fire, guys. It's simple, alright? I know we had a lot of bad guys coming in, we had the helos coming in, and everyone was getting a bit itchy. But seriously, PID first, alright? If you can't identify, you do not open fire.
Yeah, I fully agree with what you're saying. The way tonight's exercise was structured, there should not have been a single blue on blue. With those phase lines in place, there should not have been a blue on blue. And going back to what I was saying earlier on about firing within your arcs. If you start to fire outside your arcs, that's another recipe for blue on blue. That's why we give you directions to look in. So it really is about positively identifying your targets, making sure it's in your arc, and as Rich and Keen have just said, if in doubt, unless they're shooting at you, you don't fire.
Okay, so in the absence of Godfather, has anyone else got anything
Godfather's
like... Oh, sorry,
mean-
not Godfather. Yeah,
He
sorry.
meant the mission
Alan.
maker.
Sorry.
Okay.
Please, Gone Man, sorry.
Oh man. Alright, so I'm gonna do a quick overview from LZ to Exfil. Alright, I thought the insert was good. We had a helicopter go down. I guess we have to look into whatever is going on with that, but I think we adapted to that. Great flexibility on the squads and stuff there. Keen coming up with, hey, I got the satchel, might as well use that. Because I was kind of like, should it be 1 or 2 explosives? And he's like, I've got a satchel, so that worked. Regardless, kept pushing on. I initially wanted us to go in that valley. Gary was taking us a little over the crest, and that was fine. I let him do whatever he was doing. He gave us better observation, and it was night, so it wasn't really a big deal. So we then ended up on the other side of a hill from waypoint 1, and I saw that we were probably going to end up just walking through the field, so I shifted us across into the trees. We pushed through, got us into the trees more, and I thought you guys, going in that formation that y'all were in, used that stretch of tree line between rally point 2 and waypoint 1. I thought you guys used that really well, because there's literally nothing else on the map. I sat looking at this for like probably 30 minutes before putting a marker down, just confused. I'm like, alright, he gave us a mission with no cover. So, anyways, we got to rally point 2 and that awkward incident where I tried to get us to dodge that patrol and it ended up in between us. And yeah, we did have crossfire, and we had a dude start running at us, at the people that were at rally point 2. It was an element of whiskey, and we had to open up. I should have, in hindsight's 2020, I probably should have had it to where we didn't use any automatic rifles on that, just because they're inaccurate, and had DMs and riflemen engage instead, you know? And I think that was part of where that friendly fire came from, or almost friendly fire. I'm not sure if anyone got hurt. But regardless, we recovered from that. It was an awkward situation, and I think we handled it moderately well. You know, not much you can do. And around that time, great job, Kilos, giving me all that intel. So we pushed through, and then we got to that point near where that technical marker is on the map now. I misinterpreted where that contact was, so I had us open up. Oh well, it happens. But that whole platoon section, I think, went pretty well. One thing, this and then also the squad movement section, I think we could move faster. I had to step you guys up. I think that first part we could have done at a jog the whole time, just due to the fact that it's nighttime. In a situation like this, I think speed's pretty important, going to the objectives when it's night. Get as far as you can when it's dark out. Regardless, I think we handled it really well. Squad leaders did a great job. So then we moved to the squad positions, and I think we handled that well. We successfully dodged a patrol. Good job, Yankee and Whiskey, on that. We got to our rally points, and I thought all those went really well. We moved up to our assault positions really well. I had all the kilos moved to their different IPs and stuff, and once again, they're feeding me good intel. On a side note for the kilos,
disconnected from
I'm not that great even with 9 lines, all that stuff for CAS. I'm not good at controlling birds. It's just a JTAC type role, and I don't really know how to implement you guys when it comes to Godfather. So I was just kind of saying 0 alpha copies the whole time. So I think that's something I need to work on. Regardless, pushed through the flank, got a little rough, and so did the support position. It was pretty exposed, but I couldn't find anything better for you guys. The phase lines, I thought they worked. They're a little clunky, and I think one squad missed their phase lines, calling them out, but...
That was Yankee.
Okay. It's fine though. We didn't get any friendly fire, I don't believe, because of that. It's something I don't think we've ever done them before, so it's obviously it's not going to go great the first time. But I think that's a nice tool. We can look back on this, and if we ever have a mission where it gets kind of iffy with flanks and stuff, we can use those. I think the whole pace of the operation went real well once we hit the assault position. With the setbacks we encountered, I thought it went really well. I kind of breathed down everyone's backs a little. I feel like I kind of micromanaged a little too much, but minus the kilos, because I just kind of let you do your own thing. But everything went real well. You guys blew the objective, and then I expected motorized or mechanized kind of reinforcements, and I see like 5 helicopters, and I just kind of, my jaw dropped. I switched my weapon to full and just started kind of spraying at the sky. That was pretty scary, but I think we managed to get everyone to the helicopter, and yeah, it was chaotic, but that's going to happen, you know. Comms broke down a little, but once again, the situation that it's going to be natural. So with that being said, I thought you guys handled it really well, especially ASLs and SOs getting that accountability once we got on the bird. That had me on edge, because I saw people at the solar tower on Objective DC walking around. They went in the solar tower building, and this was when I was getting on the helicopter. It was pretty scary, but I think everyone did a great job. I have some things I need to work on, and I think everyone has a little bit they can work on, but as a whole, I think this is one of the first missions where I'm starting to see, I think I want to say our newer group of guys that we got in once we kind of got that paid section on ArmA clans. We got a big surge of guys. I think that's, some of y'all are now getting a little more comfortable, and I think it's showing a lot. That mission went really smooth. It was pretty awesome. So thank you guys for the opportunity. And that's all I have.
Okay, thanks, buddy. I will say one thing though about the jogging. I mean, I said to Rich that I wasn't comfortable. I mean, we had bad guys patrols all the way through that 2-kilometer ingress, and I did not feel comfortable at all jogging or running through them bad guys. We got lucky, I think, that we didn't run into a contact, but I did not enjoy that bit at all.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you guys, there was probably another 12 to 14 guys in that swamp that you guys didn't see.
Yeah, we were. I mean, honestly, we were. Yankee, God bless them. They would do it, and I could tell they were grumbling in their heads. I'd be like, we were sort of pushing really fast across some areas, and how we did it is we did it under the understanding if we hit contact, we'd drop. By the way, I did not say this, kudos to Yankee, and I need to. Yankee, by far, seemed to spot an amazing amount of bad guys. Everybody. I mean, Evan, Katz, Mason,
Henrik.
Everyone. You guys were just calling them off left, right, and center, and we seemed to... Felt like we were the eyes of the platoon at one point, because you guys were so phenomenal. As a matter of fact, they were so good, that's when I actually had to nearly put a gun to their head to make them jog across this field, because they swore some bad guys were coming in our direction. You remember that, Keen? Where they, I think it was Mason kept saying, no, there's some bad guys coming right towards us. I says, I don't care, we're going to go anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to play dodgeball with squads right there. Risky, but in my eyes, I feel like they had to move. But yes, maybe it wasn't good going at that pace.
Well, you know, honestly, I hate to beat a dead horse, but if you need a reason to have everything set up for us to go dead on the hour, this is it. Because all the time that you fart around with everything else is less time. Because honestly, guys, you got hats off to everybody here, because we probably finished that last third of the mission with probably only 2/3 of our force, maybe even half.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a big well done to all of you for pushing through that. Thank you. Okay, has anyone got anything else I'd like to add?
Yeah, it was badass when the helos came in and dropped those dudes.
That was nuts, man. That was like something out of a... who was that guy that makes all the... He did Top Gun and everything, makes those movies. Michael Bay. Looked like out of a Michael Bay movie or something.
Michael Bay did Top Gun?
No, he didn't.
That was Strand.
No.
Close enough.
This was that was Strand's first mission. He did that.
This was my first mission where I went yellow or even orange on ammo.
Well, if you didn't shoot so much of it whiskey, you'd have more.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what.
I shot him just once though.
I'll tell you what. When them helos were landing, I